Selenium WebDriver methods. Earlier we discussed about basic things of Java. So as part of our programming structure and all those things, we discussed about those concepts, but from today onwards we are going to concentrate much more on Selenium WebDriver, and we completed with the introduction part and what are all the things that we need to download in our system in order to start with Selenium WebDriver scripting, right? Okay, so let us continue with the Selenium WebDriver methods. And before starting Selenium WebDriver methods, I want to let you know that by learning this Selenium WebDriver methods, almost 60% of the Selenium WebDriver has been will be completed. So that I can give assurance for you. But it's all about our analytical job, how we are going to use all these methods in our programmatic part, in our scripting part. So for our reference, I am going to explain you what are all the predefined methods that we have, whatever the predefined methods that we have for this Selenium WebDriver concept, so that it will be easy for you to track everything. Okay, so let us start with some basic things. First, before starting the Selenium WebDriver methods, I want to explain you one example where I can use that example for our reference in order to design the script. Okay, so example steps. So first step is, so the question would be like this: create an user by logging into the application, create an user by logging into the application and log out from the application. This is one task. Okay, this is one task. So what is the first step? What are all the prerequisites in order to perform this task? First we need to sort it out. Or second option that you have, if your organization is following 100% standards related to the testing activities, which means your organization are having proper manual test cases, that those are 100% useful for our script designing part. If you people don't have manual test cases, then what we need to do is the next question. In that case, you need to prepare the steps where you can design the script based on the functionality. That is the other alternative option that we have. The second option we are performing now because we don't have test cases at present. That is the reason I am writing the steps, whatever the steps that are applicable to the functionality. So hope everyone understood the concept what I am saying now. So here I have a question stating that create an user by logging into the application, log out from the application. This is my test case what I need to design. To design the test case, first list down all the prerequisites that you require. So if you list down all the prerequisites that you have, it will be easy for you to understand what we are going to perform here. First thing, we need to have browser in our system. If we have browser in our system, then open the browser. Second thing is pass the URL. Third thing is enter username. Fourth one is enter password. Fifth one is click on login button. Sixth one is click on create user button. Seventh step is enter first name. Eighth step, enter last name. Ninth one, enter date of birth. So like that, I'm taking more number of fields, because if I'm going to take more number of fields, that is easy for you to understand what I'm going to design now. So enter phone number, enter email, enter address, 13th step, select country, 14th, select state, 15th, select gender, which is a radio button, and here this is drop down list, and the same thing applicable to here also, and these are nothing but text field. Sixteenth, select education, check boxes. So I'm going to unmute the mic, guys. Let me know, do you have any other fields that you are having in your real-time analytical part?
Gender.
Yeah, that we have already covered, right? I'm not talking about the field names. I'm talking about the properties here. Here we have text field. Here we have drop down list. Here we have radio buttons, checkboxes, all those things, right? So like that, do you have any knowledge on some other things? Here we have a buttons.
Button.
Yeah,
Then marital
already we
status.
have. So I'm not talking
Then
about the field names. I'm talking about the properties. You are having text field, you are having drop down list, you are having radio buttons, you are having checkboxes, you are having buttons. All those things you are going to face in one web page. But specific, I'm not talking about the specific field names here, because we are not going to concentrate much more on such type of task.
Hello.
Yep, tell
Yeah,
me.
we can include link, any link.
Any link? Yes. Okay. So link, yeah, download the profile. So this is a hyperlink we can say. So that's it. So these are the basic formats that we are going to see in our real time, right? So here our concept is Selenium WebDriver methods. Then why you are saying all these things when we are discussing about Selenium WebDrivers? That means then only we'll come to know why we are discussing about this concept. Okay. Generally, there are few predefined methods in Selenium WebDriver. Few predefined methods in Selenium WebDriver. Those are, I'm going to write it here, concentrate on this concept so that it will be easy for us to design the script. Get current URL, get title, find element, find elements, navigate, navigate dot forward, navigate dot backward, and then manage dot maximize, manage dot minimize is enabled, is selected, is displayed, click, clear, close, quit. So these are all the predefined methods. Get current URL, title, find elements, navigate forward, navigate backward, maximize, minimize, is enabled, is selected, is displayed, click, clear, close, quit. These are very important WebDriver methods. Along with that, if we want to include one more, we can have get page source. We can have get page source even. Okay, remember that out of all these things, there are interview point of view questions. These close and quit are interview point of view questions. Close and quit are interview point of view questions. So apart from this, few more interview questions are there. We will discuss one by one. So first thing, get. In what case we need to use the method get? Generally, the method get will be used in the case of URL, passing the URL. The syntax for this particular get method is get of URL. Get of URL. How we are going to define this get of URL? How we are going to define means driver dot get URL. So what is mean by driver? I'll let you know when we are writing the program. But here, remember that the example for this driver get method is to pass the URL. We are going to use the get method to pass the to pass the URL. We are going to use the method get. If you want to open the URL, if you want to get the URL, if you want to pass the URL to the browser, for everything this get URL will be used. So why we need to use get only? Do we have any other alternatives for this get? Yes, we have few more alternatives which are nothing but get current URL, navigate forward, and navigate backward. But these four are used, these four will be used in specific cases only. But in your regular scenario, we are going to use this get method as a predefined method in Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Now, second thing, get current URL. Okay. Get current URL. Second one. Any questions, guys? Any questions? No? Fine. So next thing is get current URL. Get current URL will be used in the case of URL only, but first one is to pass the URL. Oh, this one is pass the URL to the browser. To pass the URL to the browser, here returns the URL of the page currently loaded in your browser. Simple thing, get current URL is nothing but, suppose if you open a browser, you want to capture the URL what it has been opened. Then in that case, to capture, to receive, to return the URL what your browser has been opened, in that case, you can use get current URL. Okay, the syntax is the same thing only. We don't have any specific syntax like get. We can use get current URL. That's it. So the example of this particular thing is driver dot get current URL. This is the syntax. If you are going to use this one, then whatever the URL that you have been opened in your browser, that current URL will be displayed in the output, will be returned to the output. Next thing, get title. What is meant by get title? Get title is used in the case of capturing the title of the web page. Capturing the title of the web page. Suppose, let's say for example, I'm going to open one URL here. If you see here, I'm seeing the title of the page as online shopping site for mobiles, fashion, books, electronics, home appliances, and more. Something I am seeing here on this particular screen. But if I am going to change, or I am going to click on login button or something else, check whether the title of the page is being changed or not. Suppose, let's say for example, I am going to click on something else like this. If you see this one, the title of the page has been changed to Samsung mobile phones or something else, it is displaying there. Understand? To capture these titles of the page, to capture the title of this particular page, we are going to use a method called get title. The syntax is same again. Get title. Example case is driver dot get title. Driver dot get title is the example for this. And this is very important question in interview point of view. What is mean by find element? What is mean by find elements? What is mean by find element? What is mean by find elements? The name itself indicates that one thing is stating singular value, second thing is stating plural value. Means first find element is stating that it is talking about only one thing. Find elements, it is talking about multiple things, right? So here find element is nothing but, here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 icons or 6 mobiles I am seeing on this particular web page. If you are trying to find out the element name of this particular first image or first mobile phone, that is nothing but the concept of find element. If you want to find out all the element names at the same time, then that is the concept of find elements. That is the concept of find elements. To find out single element. To find out single element. The syntax would be driver dot find element. Driver dot find element. The example is also the same thing. Okay. Now here to find out multiple elements, the syntax will be driver dot find elements. Driver dot find elements. Guys, any confusion or are you understanding?
Hi sir, can you explain one more time? Get the difference between get and get current URL.
So okay, fine. Any other things? Are remaining things good?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So the get means, suppose you open the browser. After you open the browser, you want to open google.com. Okay. If you want to open google.com, then you need to use this get method. Means you are passing the URL to the browser. You are giving the URL to the browser. You are giving your URL to the browser. But if you want to return the URL from the browser, then you need to use get current URL. Means you are giving to the browser means get URL. You are taking from the browser means get current URL. Get current URL. Understood? Understood?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Next thing, get title. Sorry. Get title completed. Find element completed. Find elements completed. Elements is for to find out multiple elements in this particular web page. So there are 7 elements. If you want to find out all the elements at the same time, then you need to go with find elements. If you want to find out only one element, then you need to go with find element. So single element is deferred, multiple elements are deferred. That is nothing but find element and find elements. Here, next thing is navigate. See, let's say for example, I am going to open one URL here. So I am entering gmail.com. I am entering gmail.com. Observe this clearly. Why? Because if you understand this navigate concept, then it is easy for us to understand the remaining things. The action of get and navigate is same, but the usage is different here. I am passing the URL gmail.com to the browser. But when I click on enter button, you are going to see the another URL, right? Accounts dot something something you are seeing on this particular web page, right? Accounts.google.com something on this particular website. So in that case, if I want to pass the URL accounts.google.com directly instead of giving google.com or clicking on something else and clicking on some other things, if you want to pass the URL directly, then we need to use the method called navigate. Then we need to use the method called navigate. Navigate forward. This is nothing but if you want to move forward to one step in the browser, then navigate forward. If you want to move one step backward, then navigate backward. Simple example I can say, in your real time, suppose if your application is having 4 screens. One is your details, second one is your reference details, third one is your review screen, fourth one is your submission screen. In that case, once you enter the data in the first screen, and if you want to navigate to second screen, means you are moving one step forward. In that case, you can use navigate dot forward. If you want to come back one step, then you can use navigate dot backward. Navigate dot backward. Understand? Navigate dot backward. And next thing, manage dot maximize. This is nothing but once you design the automation script and once you are executing the script will open your browser in this manner, in this format. If you want to maximize this browser window, again you need to click on this one. Instead of clicking that particular maximize button, you have a method called Selenium, WebDriver.manage.maximize. This is nothing but maximizing the browser window, minimizing the browser window is nothing but manage.maximize and manage.minimize. Next thing, so we'll discuss about these 3 things later after all these things completed. Coming to click, what is meant by click? Suppose button is there, if you want to click on that, means you are clicking on the button. In such cases, you can use the method called click. You can use the method called click. Next, clear. Suppose your application is having some data in some field. If you want to clear the data in that particular field, then we need to use the method called clear. Data, to clear the data, to erase the data is nothing but clear. Next thing, close. These close and quit are important questions in interview point of view. Close and quit. Close is nothing but if you are going to use this close option, then it will close the current window only, current active window only. Okay. Now, if you are using quit, suppose if there are n number of windows in this browser, then all the windows will be closed, irrespective of active window or inactive window. Just close is nothing but it closes only single window. Quit is nothing but it closes the complete browser. It closes the complete browser. That is the difference between close and quit. Next thing, get page source. Get page source. Get page source is nothing but suppose this is the web page. Suppose this is the web page. I want to know the source code of this web page. I want to know the HTML code of this web page. In that case, what will happen? Right click here, you'll have the option view page source. Instead of viewing this page source, page source, I want to get all the content, all this content in the output. In that case, we can use get page source. Get page source. That is the uses of all these WebDriver methods. But remember that out of all these things, mostly you are going to use get, find element, find elements. So get you are going to use in our practice purpose, we are going to use get title. Find element we are going to use regularly, find elements also, and then maximize and minimize we can use, is selected, is enabled, is displayed we are going to use. Up to here we are going to use, but we'll see how we are going to use all these things in our WebDriver scripting part. Coming to is enabled, is selected, is displayed. The name itself indicates that it's look like something condition based WebDriver methods. Suppose if I am going to use is enabled, here I am going to take the example, above example only. Here education is there, this is a checkbox, this is a checkbox, and this is not a required field, this is an optional field here in this script. In that case, I am giving an instruction stating that if education checkbox is enabled, check the checkbox, otherwise log out from the application. This is my scenario. Means these three are condition based WebDriver methods, we can say. If particular field is displayed, then enter the data. If so and so checkbox is selected, then check another checkbox. Like that, we are going to use these three things in a condition based statements. So any questions, guys? Any questions? So any questions? Okay. So let us go to the configuration part. How to configure Selenium WebDriver. Once we completed the configuration, in this format we will design a script. Okay. First, today we'll do the configuration part, and then we'll move to the another topic. So I'm going to open the Eclipse first. Make sure that your system is having Java prior to Eclipse. I have opened this Eclipse software. So what are all the things that we need to download as discussed in yesterday's session? We need to have Java, we need to have Eclipse, we need to have Selenium standalone, server, Selenium Java files, and then browser drivers we need to have, right? These things are fine in order to start Selenium WebDriver scripting, basic scripting. Let us see how to download all those things. seleniumhq.org. So this is the website. Go to download section, download Selenium 3.9.1. It is going to be downloaded. Network is very slow, I think so. And then download this one, Java, Selenium Java. Once that has been downloaded, the next thing will be either Mozilla or Chrome or Opera or Edge or any driver that it is having in this list. Anything is fine. For our reference, I am going to take Chrome browser or Chrome driver. Again, click on this version number, and again, where it is? Yeah, click on this link. You'll be navigating to this particular website. So maybe it will take some time to download. So you can have all these downloads in your system and copy all the files in a single folder. Copy all the files in a single folder. And someone asked me a question, I think so, right? Okay. So copy all the files in a single folder. Yes, this website has been opened now. So click on this Win32. It is supportive for Windows 64 also. Click on this one. It will get downloaded to your system. Once these three things downloaded, copy all these three downloadables in your system one folder. But my suggestion here is don't change the folder. Don't change the folder from D to E or E to F or F to G or something like that. Why? Because if you are frequently changing the folder from one drive to another drive, the Eclipse configuration, you are going to face the errors. So based on the configuration, that should not happen, right? So that is the reason don't change the folder from one drive to another drive. So let it be. When you are accessing those files in Java, the path of that particular libraries has been configured at the back end. That is the reason don't change anything. Okay. So this is still in download position, 8 minutes left. Let it be. Meanwhile, we'll configure another things. So this is the Eclipse portal. Here I am going to here I am going to create a project. Go to file, new Java project. So I'm going to create Selenium WebDriver, Selenium WD. I'm going to keep this name as. So in this, I have already JRE system library. To this particular project, I'm automating through Selenium WebDriver. That is the reason I'm going to configure Selenium WebDriver files to this particular project. Right click on the project, go to build path, configure build path. It will open the properties page like this. You are adding the libraries from the external source. That is the reason click on add external jars. Whatever the things that you have downloaded, so this Chrome driver I have downloaded. I am going to select this one. Okay, and one more I have downloaded Selenium Java files. So the files will be downloaded in zip format like this. Okay, 3.9.1 is the latest version. That is the reason I am taking 3.9.1. And Selenium standalone server also downloaded here. So I'm going to select this one. Click on open. Done. Again, Selenium Java files are there. Select this one. These are the files. Sorry, somewhere it has been extracted. Okay, so let us extract 3.9.1. So this one. Here, whatever the jar files that you are seeing, select those things. Again, click on external jars, libraries, select all, click on open, click on OK. Everything has been configured now. See what happened here? It has been created with one folder, which is nothing but referenced libraries. Referenced libraries. This is how basic level of configuration that we need to have in our system in order to design the script. So any questions, guys? Any questions? Fine. So please make sure that you are going to have this configuration in your system by next session. So I'm going to start designing the scripts from Eclipse only, and I'll execute the script here itself. Okay, so make sure that if your configuration is having doubts, watch this video and you are going to have clear picture of how to configure this Selenium WebDriver to your system. If you still have any doubts, you can call me at any time. You can just message me at any time, or else you can mail. Fine, guys. So I'm going to end this session now. If you still have any questions, just ping me or we can discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye. Good night.